All right, what's up? I wanted to start making videos again because I have like 4 of them on my phone. I never finished for YouTube, but I completed the turbo swap, which I have a video for that. I might upload that, I don't know. But from about 6 months ago when I started this whole project, from swapping over from a 28 frame Garrett turbo to a Borg Warner, total fiasco, a lot of work, a lot of stuff. It worked out really well, happy with the results, things spools quick, but ultimately, since drifting and tracking the car and doing all kind of stuff, the rear subframe has been trapped in this car for, I've had the thing since like 2020 now. So, well, around 2019. So anyways, I'm going to pull the subframe and transmission out of this thing and replace the starter because it's been acting up. So there's going to be a whole lot of work and just changing parts. I'm going to be putting a new powder coated subframe and a limited slip differential in the car with the new stub axles. I've been making those as well. CorsaTec reinforced rear subframe. Still S13 unit. I really don't care about all that anti-squat BS stuff. Car works really good. I'm gonna keep it S13 subframe for right now, but we're gonna get into it here. I say we, me. It's Friday. No, it's Thursday, the 16th of February. I think tomorrow, which is Friday, I think old Patty is going to come help me. He's a great help. He's aligned this thing the last few times, so taking a load off my shoulders there with that. But basically, this is what I got going on. So, all right, let's get in it. So, like I was saying, the subframe, this bolt is spinning in the frame, has been since Lone Star Bash 2019. I just left it like that when I put the PBM on this thing. The PBM is 5 years old now. I haven't replaced any of the links. The traction rod on the passenger side has a little play. I had to redo the control arms in recent years. I think earlier this spring or last year in 2022, after shooting off track and destroying an axle, separating an axle. So these are nice reinforced units. You can still use sway bar, probably gonna Heim joint this. I've got a bigger sway bar I'm gonna put on this, but basically it's just disgusting under here. You know, it's the back end of the car. The transmission is leaked for eons. The axle grease is back in here like you wouldn't believe. And it's blown up a diff now and grenaded shit everywhere. And the pinion seal, I drove a whole day with the leaking pinion seal on this thing. Thanks for Jet for selling that to me at Friday Night Lights there. Otherwise, this whole setup needs to come out, so I'm gonna have to drill a hole in the floor, figure out where that stud is at, and then tack weld it just to get it out, or cut that mofo off and get this subframe out of here, and then hopefully it lines up with the new subframe back over there. So, all right, bye. All right, so that was a little time-lapse deal there I had going. It took about 25 minutes to get old girl out of there, maybe less. But basically, I've been noticing that when I go, I obviously had all 3 of the other studs tight, and in the video before this, that was jingling. And I kind of been hearing a noise, and so definitely the chassis is flexing and the subframe is flexing to the point where that was moving up and down and it was becoming pretty noticeable, and mostly due to like left-handed corners where the car would lift up, like loading up that way, the wheel would kind of drop. Not really a fan of that. Ultimately that would rip that stud out of there. So my next point of action is probably tomorrow I'm gonna get this thing off the rack here onto some skates, get it up in front of the shop, pressure wash all this, get it painted, and then swap all the parts over from this unit here. Like I said, this stuff has been on the car for a long time, and all these links, etc., need some good attention. Like, that's loose, that's, you know, And you know, you can't expect that. Can't expect that stuff to last forever. So on that note, I am going to, actually, one more thing. You know, the classic shifter rattle. This is what's left of a bronze bushing I made like 3 years ago. So have some good rattle. I'd really like to put the IRP shifter in. It's like a fancier gated, not gated, but sprung side loaded shifter. I'm gonna figure out a way to maybe make it work with this piece here and or making a lifted plate for this, but we'll see. Also, embarrassingly enough, I haven't taken the trans out of this car in a long time, and the 2 of the bell housing bolts have fallen out. So I think it's only really being held in by 1, 2, and 3 bolts primarily. Very professional, I might add. Yeah, okay. That's what that looks like right now. Awesome. All right, well, after an hour or 2 of work, all this is out, pressure wash, cleaned off. Gonna pull these links off tomorrow, touch up some paint, all that sort of good stuff. Maybe get some axles from one of them car places that sells car parts. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go back over to the car over here. I thought the rear main was leaking on this car, but I think it was the rear valve cover. A little half moon was leaking, and I just never did anything about it. So I did reseal the valve cover recently because it's blowing a lot of oil out. But basically gonna get this thing ready for paint tomorrow, fix that stud, and then the coilover collars due to the PBM kind of rubs with the way the knuckle angle is in the rear. So I'm gonna put that in the lathe, spin that down tomorrow. You'll see that. And then pull the fuel return line out. Well, vent line rather, the factory mumbo jumbo crap. It's just all caked and disgusting. So do weight reduction mods on that, and then we'll paint it and put all this stuff back in there. So sweet. All right, bye.